guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading will be a mid-monthly reading for the month of March 2018. So really focusing on the last couple of weeks of the month, from the 15th through the end of the month, but specifically looking at the areas of career and finance and love and relationships. For the career and finance portion of the reading, I'll be using the Wheel of the Year Tarot deck by Scarabeo, and I'll pull an oracle card from the Sacred Traveler deck, and that's by Denise Lynn. And for the love and romance relationships part of the reading, I'll use the Good Tarot deck by Colette Baron-Reid, and we'll pull an additional oracle card from Romance Angels Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. Just a reminder, these are general readings. The messages may or may not resonate with you. I would encourage you to watch not just your sun sign reading, but also your moon and your rising sign. That way you will get, a more complete overview of what's going on for you during the last 2 weeks of the month. And obviously the only way to get a truly personalized reading focusing on you and what's going on in your life right now would be to get a private reading from me. If you're interested, take a look at my site, changingphasestarot.weebly.com. And there you'll find all of the pricing as well as the types of videos that I offer, the video readings. Or you could email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. Right, so once again, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in 1 second for your reading. Bye for now. Hi Sagittarius, hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your mid-monthly reading for March 2018. As you can see, I have already shuffled off camera and have laid the spread just to try to save a little bit of time. Let's get into your reading. We're starting off with the career and finance portion. We have in the past position the 5 of Pentacles, followed by in the present the Hermit. This card has been coming up a lot in all of the readings. So this is number 9 of the Major Arcana. And in the future position, the Knight of Swords. And the overall energy for the upcoming 2 weeks, we have the 9 of Chalices. This would be the Knight of Cups in the traditional tarot. So this was the card at the bottom of the deck, the overall energy. And then from the Sacred Traveler deck, we have the Uncovering Treasure card. It says, beneath the surface lies great bounty. Okay, so let's start off with the overall energy of the 9 of Cups. So the 9 of Chalices or Cups usually has to do with, or we think of it as the minor arcana version of the Star card, because it's the wish upon a star card, right? This 9 is, so it's having your wishes come true, whatever, those intentions, wishes that you've set out into the universe, it's having those come true. The Suit of Cups itself deals with it's water energy, so it has to do with our feelings, emotions, intuition, relationships. But in general, I mean, the 9 of Cups would be reaching your goals, having your dreams come true. It also has to do with if you haven't quite reached your goals yet, then they're very close to being achieved, or you're very close to reaching those goals. In this particular deck, it has similar messages tied to the card, but it speaks of material success and abundance, right, and physical well-being and joy. So with this as the overall energy, whatever you have going on in the area of career and finance, your wishes, either you're very close to having your wishes coming true, or your wishes are coming true over the next couple of weeks. We'll see how that ties in with these 3 cards. So the 5 of Pentacles in the past position, I like to see it in the past because generally this is a card that speaks of, a lack of something, or at least it's this lack mentality, feeling kind of out in the cold. You can see that this man is actually huddled underneath this mushroom toadstool out in the rain, looking very down. Usually it's a card of feeling as though, financially speaking, you don't have enough. Something is lacking in your finances with regards to, material possessions. But a lot of times it is just a mentality, right? A lot of times when this Five of Pentacles card appears in a reading, it kind of reminds us to focus on those things that we do have, so for example, our relationships. But with this appearing in the past, for some of you, there could have been, or you might have been experiencing some type of financial insecurity. Maybe this was even you losing a job. Sometimes it can indicate like poor health, right? Having health issues. For some of you, this could have been, you actually losing or not having anywhere to live or needing to move out of where you were living. But again, it is in the past. So, you have overcome whatever this, this Five of Pentacles is right here, this hardship, financial concerns, material concerns, lack of financial, lack of money here. And where you are right now is you have this Hermit card. And the Hermit card is all about going inwards, sort of putting things on hold, putting projects on hold, going inwards, seeking out, knowledge, trying to figure out what the best next step is for you. If you're on the right path, should you change paths? It's a card of introspection, right? The Hermit is kind of this wandering sage, is this wandering wise man. So for some of you, there could be some type of travel involved. But whatever you're deciding here, whatever you do decide after you take this time out, as you leave the month of March, there's this very fast-paced energy of the Knight of Swords coming in. Now, Swords energy deals with our thoughts. It's cerebral energy, has to do with our mind, our intellect. It also has to do with how we communicate with other people. And out of all of the knights, the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands, those are the two fastest paced knights. So this knight, he charges in. You can see he has his sword is drawn, even though there really isn't any, there isn't a battle going on right now, but he's prepared, and he comes charging in with his sword drawn, ready to, excuse me, ready to take on or to tackle whatever, lies ahead. This can be an actual person. When we have court cards appearing in a reading like this, it can be, or they can be people that we are, or that are playing a significant role in our lives during this time period. If so, this would generally be more of a middle-aged air sign individual. So Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, male or female, right? In the general readings, they're not gender specific. Or this could be you taking on the energy of this Knight of Swords, right? Or this could be just an event or a situation. And I usually tend to view the knights as, sort of things going on, events. But in this case, I feel that it's more you taking on this energy, right? And you feeling as though you're this, very courageous warrior and really, charging ahead and going after whatever this is that you have decided upon here with the Hermit card. You're charging after it now. And, with this Nine of Chalices card, or Nine of Cups is the overall energy, I feel that it's more that, you're charging towards this, or you're charging down this new path, heading towards whatever this new goal is. And this 9, you might not be there yet. You might not have, actually achieved your goal or had your dreams come true yet, but you're heading in the right direction. You're definitely And you see how determined he looks. Look at his face. He just has, you know, this very determined look on his face, and he is charging ahead. So this is you as you leave the month of March, really just going after what you want, you know. And so it's you using your intellect, being very smart, making the decision, and, you know, going after that. And this uncovering treasure card as the oracle card from the Sacred Traveler deck. Let me read you. I like to read the full description of the oracle cards. It says, "Look beneath the surface in your life and you'll find treasure. Bounty is awaiting you in many forms. The secret is knowing that you deserve it and are worthy of it. Something that you thought was ordinary will turn out to be extraordinary. Take a second to look at the people and situations in your life. Sometimes receiving treasure is simply a matter of seeing life in a new way. The treasure was always there. You just didn't see it. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know. On the journey, the traveler confronts dragons and overcomes obstacles, and in the process discovers the depth of the treasure in their soul. Sometimes after it seems that you've faced an inner dragon, you'll find the hidden treasure. Success begets success. So as you begin to seek and find the bounty in your life, more and more rewards will follow. This card heralds a bountiful, prosperous, abundant time in your life. Which is, again, it goes along with this because it's like you're nearly there, so you've nearly reached whatever this goal is. And it's interesting because this card was speaking about seeing, sometimes treasure is simply a matter of seeing life in a new way, that the treasure was always there, you just didn't see it, which makes me think of this Five of Pentacles card here, right? And you see that the man has 5 pentacles. I mean, he's not without money, right? But he's just so feeling out in the cold and down that he doesn't even notice that. So, sometimes we're so busy focusing on the negative that we don't see the positive. We don't see the opportunities around us. We don't see the people who might be there to help us that are around us. But you're taking this time to search for it, right? You're going inwards, you're really focusing on that, and then you're heading towards it. And with these 2 cards here as the overall energy, I mean, you're definitely headed in the right direction, and you could definitely have success with whatever this is that you're charging after. And again, this is going to be different things for different people. For some of you, this could be a new job. For other people, this could be going after a new place to live. If you've been feeling, if you had to move, or if you've been feeling down, because of, or maybe you have been living with other people and you needed to move to get out on your own. Whatever this, is for you that you've decided to go after, you're going after it and you'll be successful. So let's switch gears a little bit. Let's take a look here at your love and romance portion of the reading. So we start off in the past position with the 8 of Air. Again, I like to see this in the past. In the present position, you have number 14 of the Major Arcana, Patience. So this would be Temperance. And the future position, you have the 8 of Fire. So we have 2 8s, right? We have the 8 of Air, Patience sitting in the middle, and then the 8 of Fire. And the overall energy for the upcoming 2 weeks, we have number 13 of the Major Arcana, Transformation. So this is the Death card. I love the way that it's portrayed in this deck. Can you see? This is beautiful phoenix, this fire rising from her hand. It's like she is responsible for it. It's coming out of her hands, this new transformation. It's beautiful. And the oracle card from the Romance Angels deck is Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. All right, so starting off with this transformation card, or the Death card, right, in the traditional tarot. Basically, I mean, the Death card is all about endings and beginnings, right? It's an end, and these are significant, with this being a major arcana card, it's a significant ending, but it's in order to give way to something else, right? It's in order to bring in change. This could be, ending a significant relationship, a significant chapter in your life, significant relationship, or sorry, my phone started ringing. The transformation card, I mean, it is about, endings and new beginnings. It's really a card of growth, of metamorphosis. And I mean, you can see with Phoenix rising from the ashes, I mean, the death card is not at all about dying, it's about the rebirth. It's about what comes after. It's about changing, right? This metamorphosis and change. So for some of you, I mean, within a relationship, we are looking at, relationship matters here. Can be romantic in nature or not. There could be a significant ending and beginning, right? There could be departures, right? Departures, new beginnings, renewals. So if, within a relationship, if there has been some type of difficulty, if the relationship has been suffering from, problems, this could represent a renewal, the relationship becoming reinvigorated, renewal, but definitely change, right? Letting go of the old, transitioning, right? Transitioning from one thing to another. But let's see how, how this relates or how it ties in with the other cards that we have. So starting with the Eight of Air, would be the Eight of Swords in the traditional tarot. And the Suit of Swords deals with our intellect. We also had it up here, right, with the Knight of Swords, so our intellect, cerebral energy, how we communicate. But the Eight, it's really about a feeling of entrapment, right? A feeling entrapped. This card doesn't, it doesn't show that in the way that, the traditional tarot does. Usually there's the woman and she's sort of blindfolded, surrounded by 8 swords, and she feels as though she is stuck in that situation. She's unable to get out of that situation. It's a card of feeling very restricted. A card of feeling helpless, right? Of feeling bound to something, captive, being held captive. But actually, the woman is the one who is keeping herself in that situation. So she is actually imprisoning herself, So it is it's a way of thinking. But it is just thinking. I mean, the woman could remove the blindfold, step through the swords, and get out of the situation. But this is thinking or feeling as though you are, were entrapped. And this does sit in the past position. So for some of you, there could have been a situation, right, within the relationship that you were feeling sort of trapped, feeling as though there was no way to get out of this situation. But these were really self-imposed restrictions, right? And it's followed by this patience or temperance card. And the temperance card has to do with balance. It has to do with divine timing. It has to do with, it's a card of moderation as well. And this eight of swords, it can also have to do with not just getting out of a situation, but also sort of releasing, right? Releasing or becoming released from denial, seeing things as they truly are, gaining some type of clarity, right? So opening your eyes, seeing things as they are. So with this sitting in the past, there could have been something or a situation that you actually started to, your eyes were opened, you started to to free yourself from whatever these illusions, right, were. And then you come to this moderation card. So, whatever you're dealing with, and this does sit in the present, you need to take a balanced approach. You need to weigh up all of the sides. There's definitely, divine timing at play with this card. And what comes up in the future position is the Eight of Fire or Eight of Wands. And fire energy, it has to do with the suit of fire. It's creativity, has to do with the day-to-day tasks, right? The sort of daily things that we do, such as our work, things around the house. It has to do with creative projects, as well as our own determination and drive and ambition for doing those things. But the Eight of Fire itself, it has to do with, it's quick, right? Quick action, quick news coming in, this back and forth, right? A lot of times the Eight of Fire appears when there's this back and forth communication. So sending text messages, sending emails, if there's any type of online dating, that back and forth. So it's, quick change, transformation, which we also have here, possibly travel by air. And it's interesting because we have the 2 8s, and 2 8s in a reading, it can have to do with finding out information, right? When we have 2 8s in a reading, it can also have to do with receiving news that will affect the situation. And this is about, clarity. This is about change, swift change, transformation, and then this balance sitting in the middle and weighing up the sides and taking a balanced approach. But then, with this is the outbound energy, this transformation card, and then you have the death card, which is another transformation card. There, it seems as though there are significant changes going on within the relationship. Could be how you view the other person. You could be finding out information that, significant information that you have to weigh up, that changes in some way, that transforms the relationship in some way. But the card that came out as the Romance Angels card, and I'll read you the full description from the guidebook, it says trust. In response to your question, the Romance Angels ask that you trust that everything is exactly as it needs to be. Do not add fear to the situation, which will only create drama and negativity. Instead, the angels ask you to release your worries to them. Your present situation is here to bring you blessings and personal growth, leading to the beautiful romantic love you so deeply deserve and desire. As you follow the pathway you're currently on, trust that it's leading you in the right direction. Your faith uplifts your energy, which in turn attracts positive experiences and people, including your romantic partner. This truly is a situation where with faith, all things are possible. So, interesting that you're asked to have faith here, which, I guess that would be definitely needed with so many changes. And we do have this major, transformation or death card here. So again, for some of you, there could be travel, possibly, travel to somewhere where you haven't lived before, like a distant land, new territory, new land, which would definitely be, a major transformation for you. You would need to, let go of kind of the way that you had always lived or had always thought in order to adapt and live in this new place, possibly for others. There could be news coming in regarding the relationship that you need to kind of weigh the pros and the cons here, which might bring about this, with this transformation, the death card, it might bring about an ending or it might bring about a renewal of the relationship. Maybe the news that comes in, it will allow you to to view the situation more clearly and to, make a more balanced decision, a well-rounded decision on it. But there's definitely endings, changes, possibly movement, news coming in, knowledge, finding out about, something about the relationship, or finding out something that, that can give you a new perspective on the relationship. So interesting messages that came through for you, Sagittarius. I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way. I thank you for joining me here today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and light for a wonderful rest of the month. Bye for now.